Okay, radio grade 12s, welcome to this HowToEGD lesson. We are live in class. We are on page 5.2 in the HSE workbook, and we are on isometric construction. And this one here for grade 12, we have something new that we haven't seen in previous drawings. So let's have a look at what is given. They say they've given to us the front view, the position of the starting point A on the answer sheet, and of course you'll see here it's at this bottom corner there in the front view and also on the top view, so that gives us indication where A is going to be. And then they've added for us a cutting plane AA. Here it is. Okay. Using scale 1:1, draw a neat sectional isometric drawing of the model on cutting plane using cutting plane AA. Where applicable, all construction and auxiliary views must be shown. No hidden detail is required. Okay, so we are going to have to think about this, because this A is not at the right place. It should be this corner. If I'm going to have a look at this, let's think of this model. There's the top view. There's the front view. Are you with me? Third angle orthographic projection. And I put this corner at A and I cut this away. Will I be able to look into that point? That's the top view. There's the front view. They asked me to cut away this part. Let me draw it on my eraser. This eraser has been used in many questions. Alright? I'm having to cut away all of this. Everything here is going to be cut away. If I then look at it isometrically, do you see this point A? There's a mistake here, I think. That point A should be here, because if I then look at it isometrically, I'm going to look into that sectional part here. Are you with me? Where if A is here, then it's right there at the back. I'm not going to see anything if this is A. So just move your A here. Anything here that's in yellow, and we are going to be able to look in, because that's the purpose. The side of the arrows is what is falling away. As ek 'n snyvlak het en daar's pylpunte, is dit my oog is aan hierdie kant van die pylpunte. Ek wil kan insien. We're going to put a glass box around our isometric drawing. Now I have to make sure I have my triangles. Alright, so let's go. Scale 1:1, this is 150. Try and draw it so that you can follow me. Okay, here we go. Okay, we'll just do that in construction. In this direction, we've got 50 going. Okay, there's a height there of total of 25 plus 12. Then 25. And then another 12. Okay, this is probably a good, it's happened before that in a grade 12 final exam, you started drawing and they've put a point A at the wrong position. Okay? Okay? So what do you do in the exam? You can't put up your hand, can't ask anybody. Okay? I would, if I was you, it was isometric like this, I would go from the principle of, I have to be able to see this section. That's why I'm removing it. I need to be able to look into, so I would have gone ahead to change that A. But if you kept A at this point and you drew it completely upside down to be able to honor that point A, they can't give you a wrong, as long as what you've drawn was correct. Okay, so maybe this is a good experience for you. See it as an experience, because there has been mistakes before. It's rare, but I think some of you just looking at this also picked this up, just reading through that question. Good job. Okay, so we're putting everything here in a glass box. Alright, there we have it. Alright, now we can start forming. Let's form this shape here. Whenever there is a degrees, you know you're going to need an auxiliary view. Alright, so the first thing here, from it's 25. I'll make that mark. And then there's a 15 on top. Okay, let me just do that, 25. Right, this we know is going to be up here, directly up. Then there's a 15 which I'm drawing. Here's a 15. Okay, it's this angle here that we have to determine. But then there's a 70, so we can measure that. And then that 70, we have a 40 there to the end. That's fine. Okay. Alright, I could assume that this one is also 15 if there's no measurement there. Sorry, if there's no measurement there, no other way for me to determine it, I can assume that that is in good proportion, also 15. Okay, that means yes, and this is going to be a construction line, because if you look at the cutting plane, all of this is going to fall away. So I'll just draw that in. That runs all the way across. That one runs all the way across. Same on this one here. And that one. Let's determine that angle quickly. And if you aren't with me yet, then I would propose you quickly listen here. What we have to do is we have to determine this angle. Okay? That angle there. It's 60 degrees, but isometrically, how do we determine it? So all you do is, using the measurements that's given here, there's a 12, so just do a construction line, anywhere where you have some space, add 12 millimeters, do another construction line, okay, then we draw this in here, so there's the start, then there's 15 on top, it's an auxiliary view to help us, alright, and this angle is 60. What we've done now is, this was known to us. This was the 15, yes? This was the 12, yes? This was 60 degrees, and what we've determined is in fact this distance. That blue. Now I'm going to take my ruler or your compass, whatever you use to measure, and you go down here and I measure that, and mine is on 8, and so I come down here and I do my 8. Same on this one, it's also 60 degrees, so I do another 8 here, and then I can join, in construction I then join this one and that one there. That's how I do auxiliary view. Okay, yes or no? Okay, and now let's continue. So there's a line running here parallel. That corner here, okay, alright, let's see if we can, what we can draw nice and dark so far. We have a cutting plane here that's in the middle. So there we've got 50, so I'll just mark here at 25. Alright, there we go up. Just a construction line. Then we go across. This way. Let's just see where the spacing is. This center. Okay, it is right in the center of that 150, so it is 75. So I can measure that here at the bottom. Up and up. So there's that cutting plane that we've drawn in. So let's now start just on this outside. That's solid. Okay. Then it goes in this direction. Okay, here we still have a circle to do. We'll do that now. Here we go up again. Alright, then across. Okay, at this point we have to just bring across. And then that should be parallel. With this one you could use your two rulers to double check. That line there should be parallel with what I've just determined there. Okay, and it is. And then it goes across. On here we still have to figure out these indents. We'll do that now. And then we're going to go up here. This one we can do. I'm just starting this off so that I can draw in what I know so far. This goes here. This goes here. This goes here. Again, that line will be parallel with that line. And while I'm at 30 degrees, I can do this. Can do this. That one. That one. That one. And these two. So I've left the more complex parts. I think for those of you who really struggles with these kind of drawings, you know, don't give up if you draw that what you can with confidence, and then if there's smaller parts that might be a bit more of a challenge, you do them later on. So now I have a good idea. I know there's going to be a baseline. There's going to be another line here. Here, that's the center. So I'm going to just make my marks. There's a okay. So on the okay. So we're starting with the 10, which is 5 and 5, and then there's another 10 on this side and another 10. That's the lines running in my length of this. So I'll do construction lines, construction line, construction line, construction line. Okay, and then in the length we also have, from the center we have a 5 and a 5, and then we have this 10 and that 10. Okay, going either way. Same on this side. Okay, and now I'm going to try and draw them in nice and dark from the start. So there's the center. Remember, there's the cutting plane running. Okay, so I'm not going to cross that one yet. I'm just drawing the outsides here. That's more clear. Okay. Zoom it in a bit here. Now when we get to this part, let's just draw it where it is. It is these two. So just in construction, it's actually lying there. 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 And there. And there. And there. But we have this cutting line running here. Let me just do that as a highlight. This is the cutting sectional line. It goes all the way to there in the middle. Okay, so it's there only where I'm going to start with this. Okay, I'm just making it nice and clear. Here we have a step and then down to this one. That's a high tissue or a high YouTube sneeze or something. Right, come down, come down. Alright, all of these, there's lines coming down here. They're actually all lined up. Okay, we'll finish this part now. I'm just doing this is a construction line, don't get confused, okay? Ah, you see what I did? This should have stopped at that yellow. Sorry about that. There we go. That's better. Okay, now let's have a look at it. This comes down to here. Better. Should I ask, does yours look the same? Okay, and then it comes from here, it comes to the other side. And here we have a circle that's diameter 16. It's right in the middle between that. I think that line works out to be the same. So this is 24, that's at 12, that's fine. So we have 16 on either side, diameter 16, which is 8 and 8. And then here we have again, it's a very small circle, so that I hate small circles. But what you have to do is still the full construction for that. Okay, so there's my isometric square for my circle. Same rules apply. Longest possible line. Then from the obtuse to the opposite. From this obtuse to the opposite. And this then is the center for that arc, and this is the center for that arc. So then make sure your compass is nice and ready for it. Because you just have to do half. From here to here. Ah. Sorry, let me just see that compass, if there's still lead in it. Yeah. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, and then that very small circle here. Ah, man, I can't get that done. So here's the hack. Find a radius that is the same. Okay, because that's just a normal circle with a radius. If I have to use something else to draw that, that's fine. This comes down to here. This comes down to here. Okay, the center for this arc, we can bring that down. It's the same distance that we have in thickness here. And then get back to that radius. So it's a movement. Okay. Okay, you happy with that end? We'll do the hatching now. So we follow the cutting plane. There's a corner missing here. Alright. Up here, ja. Ja, hy moet nog kom. Ek werk hom nou daai kant hier reg. Alright, here we go. We've got this part done. That part, we'll hatch it now. Here, here. Okay, there's a circle missing at the back. Same size. So let's draw. Again, it was 24 if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So same construction method. Here's my 24, which means 12. Right, and then it's to either side diameter, also diameter 16. So same construction method. 8 on this side, 8 on that side. 8 on this side, 8 on that side. So who likes isometric drawings? Hey, you got a couple of hands. Should I ask who hates isometric? No hands. Alright, here we go. Alright, wait for the, this is still the introduction to isometric, just remember that. Okay, that one is going to be for that arc. Again, we'll just need to draw half of this, there, and there. And mine just can't do that circle, so I'll just use the one that I've used earlier, because it is just a circle with a radius. Alright, and there we have our side. What is missing on this drawing? Who would like to take a jab? Okay, oh well, the hatching is big one that's missing. So what we're going to do with this is we are going to add this, oops, at 60 degrees. Alright, in isometric we add them at 60 degrees. So let's start here from the side, and like what I'm doing now is don't space this too close. Use your measurements here. I'm using that as my spacing. If you can see there, I'm just going to use that as my spacing, so I don't have a problem repeating that spacing, making sure it's the same all the way through. There's one more thing that's missing on this drawing. Yes. Okay, so I only hatch where, if I had a saw and I cut through this and it would have cut into the material. Do I have to hatch this part here? Remember, this was air, right? So that hatching is going to stop here. Alright, and when I meet here in the middle, what do I have to do? I have to flip it. Okay, so the hatching is all the same in one direction, and then where it changes direction, we'll flip it. It still is one model. And the last part here is our center lines. So wherever there is a circle, and even here at the bottom, same here, flip it. And also down there. Radio, that one, well, there's a line crossing that, so you're not going to do that. All right, that is 5.2 for you. We've, for the first time, we're introduced to a sectional isometric drawing. This is not a full section. They haven't asked us to take away the full front part here. If we had to label these views, that would have been front, that would have been right, and that would have been our top view. All right, and we did use an auxiliary view in this drawing. Thank you for watching. Now it's your turn.